Los Angeles County Museum of Art has exceptional artwork, but tonight we're focused on this piece of art. This is a 2015 Lexus RC 350 F Sport. I'm Danny Bopp, and this is FLD Tours, Los Angeles. So this is actually not the first coupe from Lexus. The first one actually came out in 1991, only a year after the brand came to be as a car company, first starting with the LS. In the year 2001, everything changed. It became the SC430, and Lexus changed it to a convertible hardtop, which completely changed the game. They brought in new customers, and it changed the whole face of what a coupe was for Lexus. So in reality, it's been 15 years since Lexus has had a true hardtop sports coupe. So what does a coupe represent for a brand? Well, most of the time a coupe with any manufacturer is not going to be the highest in sales. But what it does represent is, what was that? That's what it represents. It represents a second look. And this car right here is exactly what all the other German cars are looking to achieve with their coupes. It's going to bring on a new customer, and also it's going to set a new standard for where the car company is going to be going in the near future. This design on the outside is incredibly bold. It's got sharp lines to it. It has the largest spindle grille than any other car coming out. So this is a wild and crazy car, and that's why Lexus did this, to change the perception of what everyone used to have about Lexus. So the chief engineer, Fuyuyama, had a big challenge ahead of him because he didn't want to make any compromises on the overall design of the RC. A lot of the other engineers told Fuyuyama that it couldn't be done. They didn't have the machines on the assembly line to make such radical, bold, sharp lines that this car actually has. But Fuyuyama got his way. And as you can see, the result is astonishing. So this car, inside and out, is a mix between the GS and the IS. Now with the interior, you've got the dash from the IS. The seats are also taken from the IS, but the IS F Sport seats. So regardless if you're getting the standard RC or you're getting the RC F Sport, you're gonna get the sportier seats. Now keep in mind, I'm 6'1", and my seat is in the lowest position, and I just fit. I still fit comfortably though. Now the back seat, that's another story. Keep in mind this is a coupe, so you're not gonna buy a coupe because you've got 3 kids and one of them is a toddler to put in a baby seat. You're buying this to get away from those kids. You're buying this as like a vacation car or road trip car, just you and the wife or you and the husband just having an awesome time. And that's what this coupe is for. So there's a difference between F and F Sport. F Sport is a sport accessory package on an existing base model. It means you're going to get a front rear bumpers that are totally different. The front grille actually has a mesh pattern to it, so it's going to give it a little more aggressive look. But the biggest change that I like, it has adaptive variable suspension, which means that the shocks actually stiffen when you put it in S Sport or S Sport Plus mode, and it feels like a completely different car. Now this is a really cool feature. With the F Sport package, you're going to get the gauge cluster straight out of the LFA. It's got the embezzlement on the center. It moves to the right to show you different messages, to show you any information that's going on with the car, whether you need an oil change, what kind of text messages that may have come up. And you can also check oil temp, you can check water temp, your fuel level. And if you put it in S Sport or S Sport Plus mode, what you're going to get is actually a change in the LCD screen. It turns to white, and then when you're about to redline the tack, it turns to red, illuminating it. Pretty cool looking feature, and it changes instantaneously. It is a little bit difficult to notice the difference from S Sport and S Sport Plus mode on the gauges. It would have been just a bit more clear if it were 2 different colors. Okay, so what's worth driving a coupe if you're not going to talk about what's under the hood? From the IS350 and the GS350, you've got the exact same motor. It's a 3.5 liter V6, 306 horsepower, which is really good, and you're going to notice that, 277 pounds-feet of torque, and an 8-speed transmission, which is called 8-speed Sport Direct Shift transmission from Lexus. Now, it's also under the hood, and this creates a lot of debate between many sport coupe enthusiasts, is a sound generator. It comes from the intake, and it actually vibrates from the sound of the intake already. So it's not too much, and whenever I first read about the sound generator, I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of it. I was like, that's ridiculous, because I'm more of a purist when it comes to sports cars. But I have to say, it sounds pretty good. Now, because it's a coupe, it has to have reinforced pillars coming up to the roof. So you've got the A, the B, and the C pillars, or ABC posts. And they're really thick, which is great for chassis rigidity, but it's really bad for blind spots. My recommendation is getting what's called the blind spot monitor system. It's about $1,200, but when you're buying a $50,000 car, another $1,200 isn't that bad for a good safety feature. So when you put the car in sport mode, there's actually an artificial intelligence G sensor in the car sensing whenever you're actually going into a corner hard or taking it softer. And it actually downshifts and then upshifts according to how hard you're going into that turn. You hear that? That's sex. The steering feel is really good on this F-Sport. Why? Is because of the Lexus Dynamic Handling System. I know it's a really long acronym, it's a really long wordy thing. The result is the rear wheels actually turn with the front wheels for better line of direction when you're actually going through a turn. It has a nice roll through it. You can feel the solid chassis. You'd have to see for yourself, but it feels nice. It's been one hell of a ride in the Lexus RC 350 F-Sport. You hear that? That's the end. I'm Danny Bopp. You've been watching FL Detours. Till next time. This is a 17-speaker Mark Levinson 835-watt surround sound system. I mean, this is crazy. It sounds like an aftermarket sound system. And I'm pretty sure that Derek D in New York can hear the bass drop.
Ow, we're living in the fast lane, baby.